Hey there guys, what is going on? Schlappy here, and I'm very excited because this is our first episode in the 64-bit update. If you missed my video yesterday, we covered the update. There's not a huge amount to this update other than Creativerse is now running a lot smoother for a lot of people. Servers are a little bit better. The game is just running better, and that is so exciting, and I'm loving it. We did a stream yesterday. If you aren't following me on Twitch, it might as well go do that. But we did a stream yesterday where we just tried to find some of the most crowded and laggiest worlds in Creativerse and walk around them. And a lot of them performed quite well, I will say. So big shout outs to Playful because this update game definitely running smoother. Except up here at my base. I don't know what's going on at my base. I still just get random frame rate issues. But we're about to go to spawn, so you guys will see there's a big difference. But these are the other things from the update, if you missed it. We now have columns in the game. And I actually want to use some of these today in a build. I don't have a lot of time today because I want this episode to go up today, because it's Thursday already when I'm recording this, and it's almost noon. And rendering takes forever. But you know what? We'll maybe check out some parts of the server, just see how the lag is. I do want to get a touch of building, though. So we're actually going to use some of these blocks. Where is you? So yeah, we're going to use some of those limestone blocks. I'm just not sure which one yet, which is why I'm looking at them. There's quite a few columns, 18 in total, and they're free for everyone, which is really great. So I think it's been a while since we've had an update with blocks where they're free for everyone, but quite a few interesting choices. Yeah. Also, for those of you, the inevitable ask, to make the diamond one, even though it looks like it should be the diamond wall, it's actually the diamond glass that crafts into it. These are the blocks that craft into the columns. You put them in a processor. Maybe you watched the update video, maybe you didn't. Either way, these are all the columns. Very cool. I'm trying now to choose which of these white ones I want to use, and I think I may just bring all of them and find out in the project. Either way, we are going to head to spawn, which is traditionally not a place, well, it's not a place I don't want to be, because I do want to be there. But the issue is more that it's usually very laggy. So I don't build around spawn. I try not to do too much around spawn because it's so freaking laggy. But that's okay. We will check out what it's like today. I need to put down all these columns. Do I make a column chest? No. I mean, when would I really ever need some of these? Let's just put them in this random project chest for now. And I'll meet you guys over at spawn. Spawn and look at frame. I wouldn't say that, but so much smoother than it was before, which is really cool. So yeah, very cool. Smooth. Anyway, we're gonna go work over here at our train station. In the basement, we have some stuff going on. We're making teleporters to things around spawn. Is what's in the basement of this. It's a train station, modeled after a real-life train station, called Dunedin Station in New Zealand. It's pretty. I like it. I didn't make the train. Somebody made the Polar Express train, and I put it in my station. Whatever. Anyway, so we are going to use some of this salt rock that was generously left by the one and only Remy D. I'm just going to bring a bunch of blocks down with me and sort of see what we use. I got some limestone. I was thinking limestone because there's quite a few options with it. You know what I mean? Okay, so let's go down there. We have, right, this is where the stairs down are going to be. Right, so down here is going to be a rather large area. Where we're going to have teleporters to different areas around spawn. So this is sort of going to be a quick place so you can go and sort of choose where you want to be. Yes. So I think I want it to be slightly larger than it is, which I have one extractor left. You know what? Let's just put some of this in here. It'll be easier to look through a chest than it is to look through an inventory, I think. Sure. Let's go with that. Also, by the way, you still get daily login bundles if you guys haven't been receiving those. They're basically the exact same, except you don't get haunted idols anymore. But it's just kind of nice that you still get some of those. So, you know, you still get some super extractors and just some various little things. It's really nice. Right, so I'm going to make this room slightly larger, get it laid out a little bit. I'm going to go around and see how many teleporters I actually need. I think there's about 10 spots I wanted to be able to teleport to around spawn. So probably 10. Yeah, okay. Give me just a second. This project is getting real ambitious, but I've been so inspired with this new update, seeing some of the other people's builds. I really want this build to have a lot of detail and a lot of depth, and I'm just vibing that right now. So we can do a fancy floor, fancy ceiling. We've got a beta room. You can see there's a couple extra blocks, so if we need to raise the ceiling, it's not a huge deal. It'd be super annoying to do, but it's not a huge deal. Anyway, so this is where the teleport in will be. And then you can see we've got 10 little modules. They're 5 wide between the pillars. And I don't know which pillar I like. So we've got, obviously, a couple options. We've got the plane, we've got the spiral, we've got the straight. We do have bedrock columns, but to be honest, they just look kind of weird. Next to limestone. I've never really found bedrock and limestone mix particularly well. You can also see it's got a bit of a weird line. I mean, we could rotate it, I suppose. That's bedrock. I don't really like the bedrock. I think it's between the 3 limestones, and to be honest, I don't particularly like the straight limestone column. Also, somebody pointed out that it's kind of funny that like these blocks are still called column. If we go to crafting, it's still called the straight limestone column, but now there's the straight limestone column. It's not important. It's kind of between the spiral and this one for me. I'll let you guys choose that, though. There's going to be quite a few, so those will go floor to ceiling, which I think will give a cool vibe. We have room for quite a nice floor, which I think I know what I want to do with, and it'll be kind of interesting. But either way, I kind of want to design one of these modules so we can get a vibe for it. I want to throw in some obsidian, just to get a little bit of color. You know what? I don't even know if I want obsidian. What other blocks do we have in this game? There's a lot. There's a lot to scroll through. But I feel like we could probably find something really interesting to mix. The other thing I worry about with this is I do want it to be relatively easy. So one of the things I wanted was to be able to see each teleporter from where you spawn in, which is right here. So from right here, you can see everything quite easily. This is going to be shaved away a little bit. The teleporters are going to be a little bit up, so you can't go back through them. I do want it to be relatively easy to spot which you want to go to. So we could do arc signs that come up and have sort of big writing above it. Or we could, I don't know, not do that. I mean, arc signs is a really easy way to do it. I was also thinking of maybe doing a small mural above it, but small murals don't get a lot of detail, so it might be difficult, because, you know, we're not going to different biomes, because this is all stuff around spawn. So it might be kind of difficult to make a mural about, you know, a different part of spawn if there's not, you know, something to be shown. So arc signs is probably what we're going to go with. I think I talked myself into them. I do want your guys' help because I like both of these quite a bit, and I mean, we could use one for this and maybe find another use for the other one, but I really don't like this straight one. I think it works a lot better as a block, but not as that. Either way, I'm going to do a little bit of work. We're going to try and create one of these modules. I'm going to go grab an arc sign, see how that looks, and we will go from there. Yeah, look there, your spiral limestone column, straight limestone column, and then these just have the exact same name. Classic, strong, iconic limestone. Oh, so true. All right. So I put up an arc sign, and well, one, I don't understand their spacing, why that can't be one word. It also feels like perhaps they've cut down the amount of space it shows you the sign for. So I'm not very far away right now. It's 12 blocks. to there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what's that, 18 blocks? Around 18 blocks, which may put a dent in that idea because I'm not sure if like over there it'll show from here. If I can stand in one place and get all the signs, then that's great. But if I can only see them, like what about those ones over there? That might be issue. That might be issue. So I'm gonna go get a couple more arc signs, I think, just so I can see sort of where in the room it's going to be okay. But I mean, that text is very clear to read. It's spaced strangely, but it's very clear to read, and I think that's okay. Yeah, that's bizarre. I also might hook it up so that they only turn on with like a sensor if you're on this pad, which might be kind of cool because then they shut off when you leave. That would only work if they all, you know, you can see them all. But also, you know, I do the 64 update and everything, but I still don't know if I fully trust having a lot of arc signs on at once. But you can see what I'm going for a little bit. We've got sort of a nice little room. So teleporter in the middle of this little platform. Sort of want little elevated platforms. The more I've been looking at this, the more I've been thinking it might be kind of cool to do like murals inside of this. Because we've got a back wall inside of it that you can kind of see. You can't really, but it might just be kind of neat to have a little bit of decoration in there. So maybe at the repository, because it's a grass dome, we try and make sort of a little grass dome. I'm not really good with those things. I just want to add a little bit more sort of decorative detail. Are you the only one down there? I guess. That's weird. But yeah, I think this is what it's basically going to look like. Yeah, and then walls. And then walls. And walls just past. Ooh. Ooh. Right, because we have a space behind the column. Do we just want to leave that empty? It wouldn't be the worst thing ever, would it? How do I make those? Give me some more of those limestone. This one. What am I missing? Stone slabs. Come on! Okay, I'm going to spend a little bit more time decorating one of these and see where we end up. I do want a space behind the column so you sort of get the full circle vibe. No, wait, no. I just want a block. I mean, there's also the idea that we could put, you know, something at the bottom to make it look a little bit more distinguished or something. I don't know if those really... I don't know if I like it going into like a circular thing. Maybe it's just because it's next to that. I don't know. Few decorative things. I'm going to do a little bit more and we'll come back. I'm also going to grab some arc signs. Got to be able to see it from here, which may be tricky. Well, well, well. Here we are. I thought I'd show you my arc sign development. So I wanted to pop in at the edge of this room. That's not going to be possible. There we go. There we go. From this position, I've tried the arc signs actually in a few different spots. I just have 3 up right now. I didn't want to make more arc signs for some reason. The only problem is you can't see them all at once, and this is pretty much the last. So, yeah, that's going to be a little tricky. So I think we are going to need some sort of visual cue that's not an arc sign. Because, I mean, it seems like these used to do a little bit further than this. I mean, this is pretty short. I'm not complaining, the game's running quite well, but it does feel a little iffy. But that's fine. That's fine. I also just wanted to do a quick estimation. I kind of think with the roof I'm dreaming of, we're going to do the roof I'm dreaming of. I think it's going to be a little bit taller than what we have right now, but that's fine. But I was thinking we might be able to just cap these off here, and the roof may slope sort of downwards a little bit into those. But yeah, I think that actually works. So we've kind of got the shape and stuff. We do have a few blocks. I mean, that's only 2 blocks there that we could try and do something with, but I'm not sure. They all say repository because I was copying pasting, by the way. The repository is Tashlin's build, and it is the repository. I have since learned, I believe. Yeah, because suppository is something that you take medication or something that you take in a different way. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to do a little bit more. I think I just need a bunch of stone slabs at the moment, because I think I quite like these blocks. I wish I had the... I still have never bought the chiseled limestones, and I love them so much, but I just hate the idea of paying for these little 3-block packs when I think they should just be in the game, especially now that they have so many of these super bundle things. I think these should really just be in the game. Especially the limestone ones, you know, the stained glass, I don't care. Shattered Lumite's quite a nice block, but who cares? This build will never see its full potential because I refuse to pay 200 coins. Tier. Got a little bit of a mock-up going here. I'm running very low on time if I want to get this out today, but I've also put a little bit of a floor in the middle here as to where you'll actually be able to see all the signs. You can see I've started playing with some of the words. Yeah. The only thing I'm a little worried about is this corner here is going to be a little bit tight. We do have some room to play with. We have a couple blocks in the middle here. This would be the other pillar. We have a couple blocks in the middle here that I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with. We could have it lead to nothing or something else, or I don't know. We could put a giant picture of a penguin, because who doesn't want that? And yeah, show. Yeah, you can move a little bit this way, those go away, a little bit this way, those go away, a little bit back, they go away, a little bit forward. No, those ones are fine. So yeah, we have a real sweet spot, but that's okay. We can work around that. I still wanted to teleport in the end so you kind of get this full view of the room, but I don't know if that is good or bad. I was thinking maybe we could do some sort of water in the middle that you fall into. You know, it could drop you from like the middle of the ceiling. I'm not sure yet. I think what I want to do is finish up sort of the exterior and then work inwards. I don't know if that makes a ton of sense, but I think it might. You can see I've put some obsidian detailing along the bend. So behind the pillars you have obsidian. I also have lights underneath, sort of between the pillar and the obsidian. A little bit of obsidian up top as well. I think it's a very nice wrap. It'll be on the inside. I don't particularly like it here. I do want to add a little bit more in here in terms of just detail in general. Yeah, I've been using these gas lamps, or whatever they're called. Gas lamp? Gas lamp. I think they're quite bright. They're a nice block. I've been hiding them, obviously, but yeah. So getting some obsidian detail in, I think it's kind of nice. I do like sort of the entrances. I think this looks pretty good. I do want a bit more detail. I also wanted to see what these pillars look like, so I'm going to need you guys in the comments to let me know if you prefer the spiral, which is nice, but I don't know, or the limestone. I don't know which I prefer, actually. The spiral obviously gives a little bit more detail, but I'm not sure if it's sort of almost out of place. Like, am I going to have to use it more? I don't know. So that's what I'm asking from you guys for help with this. Either way, I don't think I have time to work on this anymore for today. But that's all right. This is going to be our project, I think, for maybe the next 2 episodes. I don't know how long it'll take us to finish this. It should be, I mean, a fairly quick build, honestly. Either way, some cool ideas for this. I did want to just sort of go over to our farming area and just sort of walk across spawn and just see how the game reacts. We've got the sun coming up, and yeah, I really just wanted to sort of see how it is. The game's definitely a lot smoother, and I noticed on the update video I asked you guys how you felt about it. I'm going to ask you again, if you want to leave a comment letting me know how the game's running for you. Most people seem to say it's running a lot better, which is great to hear. I think it's very necessary for this game. That's the repository. Somebody switched the sign on me and made me look like a fool. Nobody's owned up to it. Nobody's owned up to... Somebody changed the sign to suppository and nobody's owned up to it. So, if you guys know who did that... It wasn't Tashlin, apparently. This is her build, but... Yeah. Anyway, let's head over this direction. So, we should get a path going through here. Got some sort of circle. Yeah, the game's definitely running a lot smoother, which is great. Very nice. It seems like most people are having that sort of experience. There's a little subway marker. Seems like most people are having the experience of it running smoother, and that's great. Definitely smoother, which is lovely. This is the pathway I think we built last episode. We're finishing up sort of some small stuff. We added this pathway into our farm area. It's interesting because I don't think the world's loading in any faster or slower, but now you just don't drop frames while it's loading in, which I find really just bizarrely interesting. Yeah, okay, farm area. Still don't have these guys. That's all right. That's all right. I was thinking about farming some of this wheat. We're getting close to Christmas. Got to load up on your wheat now. Anyway, what I did want to do while I was over here is just check out some of the game settings to see sort of how it goes. Like, can I play on Fantastic now? I don't know. Ooh, doesn't feel great. No, I don't think so. I also don't see a huge difference. I don't know if you guys do. Yeah, anytime I try and sprint, I get a little stutter. I don't see a huge difference, to be honest. I don't know if that's just me, or... ooh. Okay, good feels okay. Good feels alright. I still don't see a huge difference, but... I don't know, what settings do you guys play on? I always just played on fastest. I mean, for a while the game just ran poorly, but now that we have a decent running game, we may have to play with some of these settings. There's no shadows right now that I'm looking at, because shadow quality is supposed to be high. Where would I have shadows? I was about to say Remy's build, then I realized, I mean, Remy's as good of a builder as they come, so he would have that place well lit. Maybe the planetarium. Let's see if we can find some shadows to look at. I'll jump my way all the way over there. Okay, let's go down, in, around. Shut the door so we can block off any light. Turn off our flashlight. Okay, so this is Sidon's Planetarium if you haven't seen it. Gorgeous build. I'm not seeing a huge difference, to be honest. Does it give a shadow to me? No, I don't have a shadow. Is that good or bad luck? Vampires don't have shadows or something. I'm not sure. To be honest, I'm not seeing a huge difference. Good seems to run fine. I'm not seeing a huge difference between any of the settings. Does it actually... I don't think it actually adjusts the graphics at all, does it? I don't know. This runs good, though. Fastest. Alright, well that's going to do it for me today. Sorry for this not as much building, not as much progress as I would have liked. I've been caught up just playing around Creativerse with this new update, going to places that I couldn't go before, and kind of got lost in those other worlds. Either way, I'm really excited to be building. I'm really excited about this update. I hope you guys are too. Let me know how it's running for you. Let me know which pillar you like. And subscribe for more, because we just hit 2,000 subscribers. I'll have a video coming tomorrow, I guess, talking about that. And thank you guys for that. That's really cool. Either way, we are in a new era of Creativerse. And I will see you guys in the future. Yeah, okay, we'll end with that cheesy line. A ciao!